Hey there, guys. Sorry, I was just trying to maybe get some thumbnail, possible potential thumbnail type screenshots that I could maybe do later. Um, when I watch this back, I keep forgetting to do that in my videos lately. I used to do it. I used to remember to try to do that, like, I don't know, maybe a few weeks ago or somewhat sort of recently, but not that recently. Um, Lately I've been forgetting. And so then to try to get a thumbnail for my videos, I've kind of had to like go back and take separate pictures usually. So just as a way to try to not have to do that later tonight, I'm try to remember to just do that now. But it's also kind of fun to just sit in silence and make faces too. So um I'm gonna try to keep this pretty quick today. It's I don't know, it's just a dark, cloudy day. Um, and yeah, I feel like it's gonna be getting, like actually really dark out pretty soon, like pretty much nighttime. Yay. Um, so, but, oh, and yeah, I really actually like doing the lives lately, but it is difficult because there's so much I want to talk about here on my channel that I just don't feel able or ready to. Because usually I do these at work, um, in the parking lot where I work at the club that I dance at. And, I feel anxious about trying to get back inside before I'm gonna be called onto stage again, because I don't want to be. I mean, usually I'm the kind of dancer, I'll do like endless stage. I'll try to do extra stage, and I love to be up there. I feel like pretty much all the managers here know that about me. Um, and I see other dancers miss their stages sometimes for one reason or another, but I still try not to, like I don't know, I try not to do that. So, yeah, me doing these lives here in the parking lot when I'm on shift, like I have been lately, I do get kind of anxious about that, trying, not to have them be too long because I want to get back inside. But this also seems to be the place where I get the best internet connection, like the best upload speed or whatever it would be to keep the video quality kind of clear or more clear than other locations that I've tried to do the lives at before. Um, I've mentioned in some of my other videos, I don't really have much of any storage space left on my phone, so I'm pretty much just, it's doing the live videos for me with this for now, unless I were to get a new phone, which I don't want to do. Um, so, uh, yeah. Um, but there's just so much I want to talk about, and I just don't really know how to go about it, I don't want to say the wrong thing, and I don't want to, etc., etc. But, mm. So something I've been thinking about lately that I did want to mention in this video. Like, yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to mention very much in this one, because I am trying not to have it be too long. But something that I did want to try to mention that I've been thinking about lately, um, is it's interesting to me doing videos, you know, like what's the audience? I really don't know what my audience is. Like when I first started this channel, I was kind of just thinking it would be nobody or else just like maybe one kind of like mystery stalker or like I thought maybe I was just blocked off from the internet because I was a stripper, or I've had very strange things happen to where I was like, well, maybe I just have like a mystery stalker and like it's just one person that's going to be watching this and making it look like other people are. Like, there's just so many crazy things that have been in my head trying to do this kind of thing. So I don't really know who my audience is or might be. But when trying to talk about things, you know, that makes it kind of interesting because it's like, well, and even for anybody that does this kind of stuff, like making YouTube videos or something similar along those lines, you know, it's like you could be talking to somebody that's never come across your channel or seen any of your videos before. So you could be talking to somebody totally new. In theory, I mean, I don't know like what the internet actually is or what anything ever is these days. Everything's just a big mystery to me these days, it feels like, with technology and the way that the world is or seems to be. I feel like I don't know anything other than that things feel very confusing and painful and difficult for me most of the time. But so it could be like that, or you know, like, or you could be kind of addressing people in your videos as though they're like your followers that have seen a lot of your content before and kind of know your story and where you're coming from. So it's like if anyone was actually like real humans were actually watching this right now, it's like, have they seen my videos before? Because, or like, you know, and if so, how many of them and how much? So it's like, if I were to try to talk about something, right, and say that it's something I've already mentioned in some of my other videos, if it's mostly followers or the same kind of people watching my new content or my current, whatever you want to call it, like say this video now, if I were to try to start talking about something that I've mentioned before, maybe people have been like, seen that stuff before, me talk about that stuff before, so it'd be like, oh, we've already heard this a million times, like that's boring, like I don't want to hear this again, you know. Whereas it could also be other new people that are watching. So then for somebody new, it's like maybe I want to touch back on something again because they might not know what, you know, like my story or what I've mentioned before. So it could be something totally new for them, even if it's something old for people that have already watched a lot of my stuff or some of my stuff. You just don't really know who your audience is. It could be, you know, at least I know I don't. So, you know, there are things that are like where I'm coming from now and lately in my life, things that I feel are important to me. So even if I've mentioned them before in my videos, I might feel like I want to mention them again, you know, just in case somebody out there that's watching doesn't already know that, or doesn't have that part of the picture, that part of the story, I guess, so to speak. But, you know, like, yeah, and also with new viewers, say there were actually new viewers out there, I don't know, I feel like when there's somebody new that could be watching your stuff, I feel like that could open up a whole new world of possibilities for where things could go and how I might want to try to approach doing things on my channel. But then also for me, like, a lot of things just feel rigged and kind of fixed in like this steady state of nothing really actually being that possible for me. And yeah, like, it's just one stalker that makes it look like there's other people watching when really it's just like this evil computer robot or this, like, I don't know, some mystery guy that runs the entire sex industry, like all the strip clubs that I don't like. It could be in this world now, it's like there could be so many possibilities, none of which really feel all that cheery to me. All that positive. I'm somebody that tries very, very hard to be a positive person, though. Like, I try really hard to like think that positive things are still possible and focus on the positive things that do happen and have happened, etc. But especially like with the internet, you know, it's just like, what am I even doing or trying to do on here? because I just don't know, you know? And it's such a big mystery to me, like so many things. But so yeah, like for instance, I can see some comments coming in now, and typically when I do these lives, I kind of try to ignore the comments, not to be mean or not to be like rude, but because I'm somebody that gets very distracted. And usually, like when I started this channel, I had a lot of things I wanted to try to talk about, and I thought and I had hoped that I was going to be able to just do regular style videos, not so much the lives. I originally didn't ever plan on trying to make videos in a live way on here like I have been lately. But again, the storage on my phone, that's something I've mentioned before, but for somebody that might not have seen me mention that before, I just want to try to touch back on that now. That's pretty much my main reason for doing the live streaming version of these. So for me, I'm approaching these live chats not so much as a chat, but as a way to try to make videos on my YouTube without having to have storage on my phone, if that makes sense. Because the storage space capacity on my phone is so filled up already with photos and videos that I've already done in the past that I don't have enough space to take new videos now. Whereas doing this live version doesn't use storage space. So that's my main reason for doing these videos on my channel live lately. Whereas other people that are commenting and watching might originally think that it's just supposed to be like a chat where I'm reading the comments and like trying to interact with people. Maybe in the future I'll do more of that, or any of that. I really haven't been doing any of that for the most part, because again, when I do these live chats, it's from a way for me to try to make a video for my channel. So there's usually something I want to talk about. Or like lately they've kind of just been me talking about my day. But again, when I started this channel and where I would like to try to get with it is to focus on like specific topics, like things that I've wanted to try to talk about. So that's why I kind of just have been ignoring the live comments. And yeah, I don't know who they're coming from or where they're coming from. It could just be like bots. It could just be an illusion. It could be one person just messing with me from the strip club that I work at, you know, like, so I get very distracted by stuff. So, but I don't want to seem rude if these are real comments from real people that I get on my live chats lately. Because if they are real comments from real people, then that's like awesome, you know, like that's really great. And I kind of would feel bad for not paying attention to them and not trying to chat with you guys. But yeah, like I really have, like I want to just make videos for my channel and talk about stuff that I had wanted to talk about going into the live chat, which again, for me would be just me trying to make like a video, basically for my channel. So, and I did see, I don't typically really read the comments very much because again, what I've just been saying, getting distracted and stuff and wanting to talk about other stuff, but occasionally I do glance just out of curiosity and because like I can see them on the screen. And I noticed somebody had commented on one of my recent lives, like, oh, they were just like saying hi, but then they were like, oh, but you're ignoring me, so I'll just leave, which, you know, okay, fine, but I'm not sure if that's a real person. If it is, I would feel a little bit bad, you know. But then it's like, so if somebody sees this video and then watches another one of my videos in the future, they would obviously already know this about my channel and about my videos and stuff, my lives. Whereas if I do a live in the future and somebody new watches, if I don't go back to mention that again, they wouldn't really know. So then they might be trying to comment and like feel bad if I don't like address them or say hi, or I'm not really too sure. The lives are very, you know, I'm still trying to get used to them. I do like doing them. I mean, for me at this point, it kind of just feels like doing a regular video almost, just because, yeah, even the regular videos that I was initially doing when I first started this channel, when I had a little bit more storage space than I do now, I was able to take regular videos for a little while there, when I first started the channel. But yeah, most of those I just did like a one kind of take with it. I didn't really prepare all that much. I tried to, like, to an extent, but I just don't have a lot of time to work with in my life, it feels like. So a lot of it was just me kind of just filming a video and then posting it anyways. So it's like, well, you know, like, it's not like I have a lot of time to go back and watch them first, or even if I did, which I have done before too, but it's like, if there's something I don't like in them, which there's always gonna be, it's like, do I really want to go and retake that entire video? Because my videos are usually pretty long too. I'm a rambler, in case you can't tell. So then it's like, do I really want to go back and like try to redo all that just because of like this little thing or that little thing that I don't like? And the answer for that is usually no, so I'll just post it anyways, you know. But yeah. So I've just been thinking about this a lot lately because it's like, damn, like, it's just, I don't know, it's interesting. But it's another thing that's very kind of strange and confusing for me doing this, you know. But so oh, so yeah, somebody just said Primal Code. I'll shout out somebody right now. Primal Code, if you're a human, feel special, because I'm pretty sure you're one of the first, possibly, if not the first, username I've called out or done a shout out for recently, or possibly ever. I'm not too sure. But she says, they say, very nasty looking girl. So right there, that's the kind of like stuff. I mean, that's like not quite as bad, but we're also doing the lives reminds me of the webcamming site that I've been on before, where I would have, yeah, because the lives, another reason the lives are difficult for me, they remind me a lot of doing the live streaming on a like adult website that I've tried before. And on that website that I've been on before with that, I would get terrible comments, which was kind of funny because I could have muted the people that were saying that kind of stuff. They were called guests, or they are called guests on that website. And yeah, when you're streaming on that site that I'm referring to, the webcamming site, the models or the streamers on there do have the option to mute people that say like mean stuff or like rude things. And I never really bothered to do that because I think it was just like a curiosity thing, or like entertainment for me. Like, I wanted to be entertained too. I mean, I didn't want to be entertained in that way necessarily, but I don't know. It was like a form of interaction, or it was better than just silence. I'm not really too sure exactly why I didn't bother to mute them, but I would get some very, very like nasty, rude comments from people on that website, from the guests. And I just wouldn't bother to mute them, or I would just kind of like read them and just try not to cry or whatever it was. So yeah, like that, I think that's another reason I don't really read the comments on here, because it reminds me of webcamming so much. And it kind of just makes me feel like the reason I don't want to say stuck, but just like that I feel like I have to just do the lives to try to make videos on my channel is just, yeah, because of being in the sex industry, being a stripper, and just being messed with for that reason, just because I'm a dancer, a stripper, whatever you want to call it. So I get messed with because of that, I guess. I don't know. Oh, so I mean, a lot of this channel, a lot of my YouTube is about yeah, that, you know, me being in the sex industry. I hate using that term. It's such a terrible term. Me being a stripper, obviously, like, strippers in my channel name. Like, I talk about it a lot. It's in almost all of the titles for my videos. So, yeah, I talk about it a lot. It's a big part of my life, but I kind of, with me on my channel here, I wanted it to be, yeah, talking about that, but also, like, just talking about so many other things, you know, and not having to have, like, just that be, like, all that I'm ever going to be able to be in life, which basically that is what it feels like and what it seems like a lot of the time for me, you know. Like, once you're a dancer, and especially when you've been dancing as long as I have, it's like, I know a lot of other dancers have a lot of, here that I've met at the club, seem to have a lot of other things going on in their lives and stuff, and like, whereas for me, I mean, I want to. I have a lot of other stuff going on in my head. A lot of ambition, a lot of goals, I like to think, but not a lot of opportunities that I can seem to recognize or come up with, you know what I mean? Like that come I try to think of what they might be like, but yeah, I've always been in a small town and just kind of stuck, it feels like, you know, with a lot of stuff. But anyways, oh yeah, so in one of my videos, I think it was the last live that I did, I think it was the video from yesterday, I mentioned how I had recently given a ride to a Russian dancer that I met here at the club. I had given her a ride to a hotel up the road from here after, after her shift had ended. And I really wasn't too sure about doing that because, yeah, obviously my car is very messy and it's just stuffed with all kinds of crap that I'm not even like aware of what all of it really is. It's just so messy. And same with the trunk too, as well. So she had this little suitcase with her, and I wasn't even sure if that was going to be able to fit in the trunk of my car. It was a pretty small suitcase, thankfully. So, but it did fit. It fit just, if it was any bigger, it wouldn't have fit, but it did fit just about. So, okay, that was whatever. But then yesterday, I saw her again, like the following day, I guess. And I saw her leaving the club early into that shift yesterday. But when she was leaving that time, I think she still had the smaller suitcase, but she also had this like huge one, like comically big suitcase as well, that one of the floor hosts was like wheeling out for her, like with her. And I was just like, it obviously caught my eye. So I was just like, that's interesting. Like, why would she just have the little suitcase the day before, night before, and then now have that one, but also this huge suitcase as well? And I was just thinking, thank gosh she didn't also have that big one with her the other night, because I don't know how he would have fit that one in my car. But it's another one of those things that just kind of makes me feel like yeah, like something's up, something's just not quite right. Like, is this really for real? Or am I just in a movie, like a real weird kind of bad movie? Like, I don't know if anyone out there has seen The Truman Show, but to where like everyone around me is just an actor or like an alien or... Oh, and another thing along those lines. I had a dream last night, or maybe this morning, whatever it was, about eating pizza. And there's a group of guys, pretty much the only people that are in the club right now, but they have boxes and boxes of pizza. And I mean, that's not that odd. Like, that's pretty common here, especially lately. Like, people get pizza here all the time. So, like, that's really no big deal. But I don't know. It's usually when there's pizza here, it's the management that gets it, like to try to be nice, I guess. Whereas now it's like a group of guys, like customers that are here. I don't know. It's just kind of odd to me. I feel like my brain is hacked. I feel like my entire body and like world and life is just like hacked by something. I've obviously been a stripper for way too long. Although I do want to keep doing it if, I'm able to. Like, I love being on stage. I just don't love feeling like I'm just always being messed with because of it, But hey, I've been messed with pretty much all my existence. Also, way before I started ever dancing anyway, so I guess that's just, you know, how it is. But, yeah, sorry, I don't want to be gloomy, but I am, generally speaking, a pretty honest person. Probably too honest. What else did I want to say? Yeah, that's probably it for now. Obviously not in the best mood today. Just, I try to keep this, like, I try to be as cheery. I don't know, like, the stuff that I wanted to talk about on this channel is not the happiest stuff, so, but lately when I've been doing my videos, I kind of, like, laugh a lot, and I try to keep them cheery. I have to have a sense of humor with things, with the way stuff is for me, so I try to be upbeat and, like, smile for you guys, but then it's like I have to kind of remind myself this channel is supposed to be for me. Like, not everything is always supposed to be for other people, like, you know what I mean? Like, this channel is also supposed to be a way for me to just not document, but to talk about what I go through, like what my actual existence has been like, to have, just to actually have the courage, or whatever you want to call it, to talk about some very difficult things that I wasn't, for the longest time, I wasn't ever sure if I was ever going to be able to address, or yeah, try to talk about. But the stuff that I've experienced, the stuff that I continue to experience, is just mind-blowing to me. And I'm sure that's the case for lots of people. You know, that's just what life is like, I guess. I don't freaking know. But yeah, it's like sometimes it's just like I want us to forget about who's watching, forget about the other people. There's probably no one watching anyways. It's just, except for one evil stalker, or like a bunch of evil, like, whatever, robots. I don't even know. Like I said, the world at this point, I have no idea. But like, yeah, I would like for more of the stuff on this channel to just be for me too, just to say what I really want to say, or try to say and talk about, you know. But there's some very heavy, difficult stuff with that for me. So I just don't know, especially doing things live. I don't know, it's like, what am I really trying to do here? But I know a lot of it is, yeah, just whether or not anyone actually is really able to ever see this, or regardless of that, for me to at least know that I've tried, that I've had the courage to at least try to address some very, very difficult things, some very heavy stuff. Regardless of it, because I'm so used to my work, you know, in my life just meaning absolutely nothing, just like I've had so many things, projects, things that I've tried to do in my so-called life, my existence, that have just like either, that have never really amounted to anything, or like disappeared, especially stuff online where it's just kind of like not there anymore, or it's just, I had pages of a lot of my writing and like poetry on a certain site before that's, I can't find anymore, like I can't log into that site anymore, and just stuff like that. It's like I feel like anything I really put a lot of work into, it's not really ever gonna mean anything or amount to anything. Nobody really cares, or if anyone that might care, they would just care in a bad way to try to like bring me down, or like block me off from ever being able to do anything like positive. Or yeah, as a stripper, especially being a stripper for a long time, it's like it's really hard for me anyways, probably for a lot of other dancers too, but yeah, to try to really be able to keep trying to believe and hold on to that little bit of hope for a possibility that anything could ever be anything other than a really scary struggle. You know, just mm. But what else is there in life sometimes other than to just, if there's any chance of there being hope, you know what I mean? If there's anything good, that's what you try to hold on to, right? Like, what else can you really do? Obviously, if I can keep trying, if as long as I feel able to keep trying, I'm going to keep trying, I guess, basically is how I see it, pretty much. Well, this video definitely fits the weather for today. It is such a gray, cloudy day, and it's been such a beautiful September, as it usually is around here. You know, but this day is like, this weather is pretty much how my soul usually feels when I'm not like able to just be laughing at myself for how hilarious I can be or find myself. Like when I watch my videos back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just love myself so much. I know that sounds like a certain way, that's but like honestly, until I started this channel and started watching myself, like it's kind of like a mirror of yourself a little bit, but I had never really noticed in this way how precious I am and how like hilarious and just like I definitely deserve better than a lot of the crap that I have dealt with and continue to deal with. And yeah, that can sound, obviously people are going to roll their eyes or just whatever at that kind of, for me to say that kind of thing, but I really don't care. Like that's how I feel. And of course I struggle with like not liking myself too, but whatever. I'm precious and adorable, I think too, so it's like if only I felt like other people felt that way too, or like could agree with that. Like, there's one dancer at the club that I love so much that seems to like actually like genuinely like me back too, and her car is parked directly in front of mine right now, like directly in front. So it's not like there's like, but she's one of the few people in my entire time of existing on this planet where I feel like she might actually genuinely like me as a person and like have positive feelings and thoughts towards me. So again, it's like one of those things that you just try to like focus on that, hold on to that. Because what else can you do? I don't know. Just winter. Winter's coming again. I'm about to start my period again, and it's like winter and menstruation. For anyone that hasn't dealt with either of those things, it's so funny to me to think that there are people on this planet, apparently, I don't know if this is actually the case or not, if there are other humans out there, like there are actually real humans in this world that have never known what it's like to have your period over and 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 over. Like, that's just what your life is. Like, and then winter as well. Obviously winter isn't quite as frequent, but it's definitely too frequent. Definitely frequent. Just over, it's always coming unless you move somebody. So yeah, unless you go somewhere else where there's not winter like that. But it's like there are people, I guess, that live in like areas, climates that don't have winter like the way that we do here where I am. Winter and menstruation, like at the very top of the list for me of like terrible, just like the worst things that people can experience in life. I know there's so many other things at the top of that list too that other people have probably dealt with and deal with and all of that, but those are the two big things that come to mind for me, just as far as like consistency. Like they're always coming back around again, just over and over and over. It's like, wow. Just to think that there are humans that haven't experienced either of those things, that don't know what either of those things is like. There are really people that have never had a winter like we have here, yet alone like every single year over and over and over again. That's amazing to me. It's amazing. Like, I just, to think about that. But then it's like, so what have they experienced and what do they deal with that's like their version of that? I mean, again, I know there's so many other things that could be their version of those things that they would struggle with. But it's like, wow, just. I love September weather so much, but not this day kind of weather. But most of the rest of this month was amazing for the weather, and I just like I just wish more of the year could be like that, and that more people could be, I don't want to say like me because that would be scary, but more people could be like the dancer that's parked in front of me that actually seems to like me. I don't know, just oh. But let's see, we are at, oh my gosh, almost 40 minutes again. Lately, I guess a lot of my lives have been around 40 minutes lately. So yay, I can wrap this up. Get back inside. I have a couple drinks here to match my outfit. But, oh my gosh, they really do. Oh my gosh. Obviously, I did plan that, but now it's like really like, wow, the top and the bottom. Okay. Obviously, like I realized that and planned that, but not quite as much as I just did right now. There are other things written in my notes here that I wanted to talk about today, but I guess I'm going to try to save that for another time, thankfully, because yeah. Oh, and I did work till close last night. I was so excited about that because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to. But I did. So, I was going to say, there was something else about me doing that I kind of wanted to talk about in this video. But now, I don't know, I kind of don't want to get into that now because, oh my gosh, that dancer that I was referring to just walked by. Oh, I love her so much. I wonder if I could have her on this channel sometime. She doesn't know about my YouTube. As far as I'm aware, I don't think she knows. I mean, we haven't talked about it. I haven't told her about it. I don't know. I don't think I've told anyone about my YouTube, actually. Oh, I told my mom through a text message. Was it? Oh no, it was on the phone, but she doesn't care about me, right? We don't really talk very much. Like, she's not, like, whatever with that. I mean, and I think I did mention it to a customer here one time. He was actually a really great customer. I've actually mentioned him in one of my videos before. There was a video where I talked about him almost all throughout that video. He was a Gemini, and he was so much fun. I loved it. Oh, she's a Gemini too. I love Gemini so much. Oh my gosh. Not all of them, obviously, but I've had so many Geminis in my life and that I've met where I just like, I love Geminis usually. That dancer that I was just referring to is a Gemini. He was a Gemini. My Gram's a Gemini. Tupac was a Gemini. Marilyn Monroe was a Gemini. I used to have this t-shirt with Tupac and Marilyn Monroe side by side, like together, like photoshopped together on this like nice big like oversized t-shirt. And then it was another one of those things that mysteriously went missing, gang stalkers or whatever it was. Oh my gosh. You guys. What is anything? Seriously. Yeah. Oh, God. So yeah, me working till close last night. there was stuff that I wanted to mention about that, like an added element of why I was like proud of myself for being able to stay until close, but I just don't want to get into that right now, because once I do, or if I do in the future, when I do in the future, I'll just go on and on and on and on and on about it, and it's like I just don't feel like doing that right now. Like, it's just another layer of suffering for me, as to, you know, the suffering onion or whatever you want to call it, just another layer of, oh god, difficulty and just endless, just good god, you know, kind of thing. But yay, Geminis, and let's try to end this on a positive note. Well, yeah, I'm glad I was able to get to do this with you guys today, and I'm glad I was able to stay till close last night and still come in today for work here at the club as well, do a video. Hopefully we get some sunny weather again pretty soon, because we were having quite a good bit of that for most of September around here, and then the past few days this week has been pretty just, ugh, you know, gray and cloudy and all that, but hoping for some more sun soon. Oh, before I go, so I was thinking about different camera angles and different like ways I could film my videos besides just, usually almost every single one of my videos has just been like in this spot in my car. But for me it is difficult because I'm a very like angles and lighting dependent kind of person. It's very rare for me to be able to find angles and lighting where I actually can feel somewhat okay, like I might look somewhat decent to myself, at least compared to like all the other ways that I've seen, you know. So I just usually am not okay with like any of the other things that I've tried on camera where I just, you know, look like crap, complete crap. Whereas this is the best one that I've found so far. I usually like my left side better than my right side, and I don't know, I just like this spot in my car, but I think I might have found another one today. I guess we'll try it out again right now. I don't know, I'm a little anxious about trying to do this right now, but let's just see, just whatever. I've obviously looked like crap on here before, if not always. What was it? Oh my gosh, that's kind of fun. How did I do this? I think that's kind of cool with the steering wheel going across like that. It's at least something to switch it up. Oh, you get, okay, I can see an advantage to this, to this angle, maybe. Because yeah, the steering wheel before was like always kind of like going right across what would have been my bust area. Am I allowed to say that? Maybe people will like this better. Okay. I think I like that. I mean, I'm gonna, oh shit, sorry. Enough of that for now. We're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to see what I think about that when I watch this video back later. But I'm pretty sure that might be a potential other spot that I could try for these. So I'll have to try to remember that. I'll probably forget. For the next video, I probably will forget about that. But I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna try to remember. But yeah, I'm gonna get going for now. I'm sure I'm probably about to be called back on stage again pretty soon. So luckily there are a lot of dancers here today, so I'm hoping there were enough to where I haven't already been called back up there. But yeah, it was great to get to do this with you guys today, and I hope you guys are well. And to all the people that have been you know, kind and nice to me on here, thank you so much. I really hope some of it is real, some of it might be real people, or I really want to hope that that could be a possibility. And if it is, and if that is like maybe actually the case sometimes, that would just be so incredible to me, like too good to be true, pretty much. I really just don't know. The internet's just such a mystery a lot of times, it feels like to me. But hey, I don't know. Really real. Well, you have the same name as my brother, so yeah, a lot of the stuff that I do online, it'll be like, especially like the webcamming, the usernames will be like the name of my brother or like my stepdad. So it's like, I don't know what to make of that. Again, it just like adds to that feeling of me being messed with. But Mohawk Chris, I've seen you in the comments. If you're a real person, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. Like, you've said mostly nice stuff and you've left nice comments before, so I don't know. I just don't know what to make of anything. It's all so bizarre to me, but I'm just gonna keep trying to film stuff when I can and just try to focus on just trying to talk about stuff I want to talk about, I guess, you know. But I mean, obviously you guys, I don't know, the internet's just so weird. I'm a very people person. Like, I'm very people oriented. Like, I always am interested in other people. Other people always fascinate me. Not always, but a lot of times they do. And, you know, it's like I took a personality, I think it's called the Myers-Briggs personality test on the internet one time. And for personality types, and it said that I was an ENFJ, if anyone's ever heard of the personality types for Myers-Briggs. And ENFJ, they're said to be like very people oriented, like very, very, yeah. So with internet, I really can find that difficult because, again, it's like, who am I actually talking to? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it could be anybody, and that's terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying, especially as a stripper, especially as somebody that's been messed with in some pretty extreme ways, I feel like, you know, and very consistently. But then if somebody appears to be nice, then it's like I feel bad, like, not being like, oh, hey, like, but you just don't know if it's real or if you don't know if you're just being messed with. At least I don't. So, oh gosh, I don't know. Like, yeah, if it's real, if anyone out there is real or like that's appearing to be nice or supportive, then obviously I want to address it and thank them. But then again, I don't want to look even more stupid if it's not real. You know what I mean? Or if it's just like sarcasm or like me being messed with. Anyways, I could keep just going on and on about this kind of stuff, but I don't want to do that right now. Like, again, I really want to try to get back inside and go back on stage and stuff and just not talk anymore and just dance. Although I am going to end up having to talk more to people, and oh, hopefully they'll be nice. Hopefully I'll be able to stay for some more time here and stick out most of the rest of this shift. But yeah, I am really glad that I got to do this today, and hopefully I'll be able to get back on here soon. So I'm gonna peace out for now. But till next time.